everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wonderful Garbage. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time checking out one of my episodes, my name's Angela. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. In this episode, I'll be talking about this week's pop culture news like we do every episode. I know there's always a lot going on, so I just choose some of the top stories that I like or things that stood out to me. There's always so much more going on. And then I'll be doing a Bravo breakdown, which is where I break down news about all of our Bravo celebrities, whatever's going on in the Bravo universe that week. Now, I did spend a majority of my Saturday watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I'm going to do a separate episode to recap that specifically. So if you're not into it, don't worry. But still listen to the episode. If you are interested and want to know my garbage opinions on it, that'll be out tomorrow night. And then I'll be doing a recap of this past week's Real Housewives of Dubai, which was the season finale, and Real Housewives of Orange County as well. We're kind of in that mid-season area of OC. So yeah, thanks again for listening. I missed you guys. It feels like it's been a while. So let's get into this week's pop culture recap. So we got some sad news. Adele announced that she will be taking a break from music after her Vegas residency ends. So in an article from the LA Times, she confirmed in a show in Germany earlier this week that she plans to rest when she wraps up her 3-year gig in Las Vegas this November. I can't believe she's been doing this residency already for 3 years. That's crazy. She says, "I'm not the most comfortable performer. I know that, but I'm very effing good at it. And I've really enjoyed performing for nearly 3 years now, which is the longest I've ever done and probably the longest I will ever do." She says, after her Vegas residency, "I will not see you for an incredibly long time, and I will hold you dear in my heart for that whole length of my break." Adding that she will fantasize about her time on stage. "It's been amazing. I just need some rest. I have spent the last 7 years building a new life for myself, and I want to live in it now. I want to live my life that I've been building, and I will miss you terribly." Good for her, though. It has to be just physically and mentally and emotionally exhausting performing every night, almost every night, right? Having to be 100% for every single audience because they're expecting the Adele show, right? So it's just, I bet it's just a lot to have to deal with, have to go through. And she just got engaged, or she's newly engaged. And like she said, she's in this new era of life. So 100% deserves to enjoy it. I hope we get another album after her rest, though. Manifesting something new once she is fully rested and ready for all that. But we'll miss you, Adele. All right, Lady Gaga confirms that she is engaged. It turns out her and her fiance got engaged back in April of this year. They wanted to keep it a secret, keep it just for their close friends and family, and now we all know. So Lady Gaga revealed in her October cover story for Vogue, I'm reading this from a People article, that she and fiancé Michael Polanski got engaged in April after rock climbing following 5 years of dating. The news of the unexpected location for the proposal comes after a source told People in July that the pair had kept their engagement under wraps for months and that they chose to share the news only with their inner circle. They started dating right before COVID happened. She said, "I'd never met anyone like Michael. He's so smart and so kind, and his life and my life are very different. He's a very private guy, and he's not with me for any of the other reasons than that we are right for each other." So not in it for her fame, for her money, for anything, just solely wants to be with her. The Oscar winner went on to explain that Polanski helped change her mindset after she had been in a really dark place during the creation of her previous albums 2020 Chromatica, and that the relationship has helped her find balance. She says, he's the missing piece in my life, or the missing piece in my life was having real love. And that was him. So congratulations to Lady Gaga. Who knows what the wedding's going to be like, right? It could be over the top, glamorous Gaga style. Or since her husband is, or her soon to be husband is really private, maybe it is just a private ceremony that they just have their family and friends group together. Who knows? But I can't wait to see what her dress is going to be like. If she does do a big thing, I feel she'll have multiple dresses. So I just want to see all of it. I can see her going for a very classy, like classic, elegant gown for the ceremony. But yeah, that's exciting. Congratulations to Lady Gaga. Okay, so the Venice Film Festival has been going on, and I don't know if y'all have been seeing a bunch of articles, but I've been getting articles about like all the different ovation times, standing ovation times for each movie that's been premiered at the Venice Film Festival. And then I was like, well, how long have like all of the movies gotten? So I found an article from Vulture that has ranked all of the standing ovation times in order from least to most, shortest to longest. My brain's on weekend mode. Shortest to longest ovation time. So I'm going to read them out to you real quick because I just can't imagine like having to stand up and clap for somebody for more than like 30 seconds to a minute. When I was doing research about this, I got on a Reddit thread that was like they talked about Broadway standing ovation times, and some people were like, look, I have just been sitting for like 2-3 hours straight. Well, with an intermission, maybe not straight, but I've been sitting for a long time. And the only reason I'm really doing this standing ovation and clapping and all this stuff is because my legs need to stretch. I need to stand. And I also want to get the hell out of there. So that was really funny. Okay. Here's the article from Vulture. Standing ovation times for the 2024 Venice Film Festival. Beetlejuice got a spooky 3.8 minute ovation. Already too long for me. The Wolf, starring Brad Pitt and George Clooney. They danced through a 4.8 minute applause. Oh, it says that the film's ovation was cut short because the Wolf's starting time, they started the movie 30 minutes late. So it says they got a 4.8 minute applause break. So I guess they didn't even really get a standing ovation. They cut it short. But maybe they got a 4.8 applause at some point. Baby Girl, which is what my mom calls me, stars Nicole Kidman. They got a 6.8 minute ovation. Baby Invasion got an 8.5 minute ovation. And I feel like at that point, right, it's like you're just kind of like clapping, you're like looking around, like, okay, I'm not going to be the first one to stop clapping because that's going to look bad, but if you do it, I'll do it at the same time. Let's be done. Harvest got a 7.8 minute ovation. The Order, this one stars Jude Law. He's an FBI agent infiltrating a white supremacist group known as the Order. It's based on a real case, real thing that happened. They got a 7.9 minute ovation. At that point, just say 8 minutes, right? Does that mean like 7 minutes, 50 seconds? At that point, just go for the last 10 seconds and give it a rounded 8. Maria, which stars Angelina Jolie. I'm sure you've seen some of her outfits for this promotion. She just looks gorgeous, as always. 7.8 minutes. Queer, which stars Daniel Craig, got 9.8 minutes of standing ovation clapping. I'm Still Here got 10.3 minutes. Which, like, again, like, are the actors also kind of like, okay, this isn't enough, like, we get it, thank you so much, I'm so glad you liked the film, please, like, write about it, rave, review it, I want you to like it, but, like, we don't need to clap for 10 whole minutes. I bet they would feel awkward. I would, like, just be having this fake, like, smile, like, thank you so much. Yes, I also want this to stop. Please stop clapping. Let's get out of here. The Brutalist, which stars Adrian Brody, soaked up 12.7 minutes of applause. The little summary they gave for the movie in the Vulture article says, this film covers 33 years and is 215 minutes long. 5 of which are spent on depressing handjobs. So, that's something. I don't know if that makes me want to watch it even more now. I don't know. I hope it's 5 minutes broken up of handjobs that are depressing and not just like a whole singular 5 minutes of like, okay, finish. Let's be done with this. Literally. Okay, and then the film that got the longest standing ovation at the 2024 Venice Film Festival was The Room Next Door, starring Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore. This film is about friends who reconnected while one has terminal cancer. There are conflicting times, y'all. Deadline clocked the applause at 18 minutes, 36 seconds. Fuck that. That is so long. I cannot. While a couple other news articles like Variety said it was just 17 minutes flat. Vulture here, I guess, is meeting them somewhere in the middle, and they're saying 17 and a half minutes was their standing ovation. Yeah, that's just a lot. Like, I don't think I'll ever be at the point where I get invited to a film festival. One could hope. But if I do, best believe I will be the first one to stop clapping. But, like, I'll do it in a way where, like, we're looking around at each other, right? I'm making eye contact with somebody who also wants to stop. We start making eye contact with people who are next to each other. Hey, 1, 2, 3, we're done with the clapping. So maybe invite me if you are against standing ovations. I also saw another article when I was looking this up, and it was like, let me see what it said. It said, standing ovations aren't newsworthy. So it just like contradicts the past couple minutes of me talking about it. But I was making fun of it. But then also people were like, standing ovations technically don't equal that it's going to be a great movie, right? Maybe there's some like implants in there that were like sent to promote the movie, and they said, hey, clap until your hands fall off, and so then that's why these run for so hella long. I don't know. Someone should investigate it, or maybe just also stop it. Let's just do a nice 10-second clap. Congratulations, this is wonderful. Move on. Next movie. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. Okay, we got some Dancing with the Stars news, and some of it is controversial. The Dancing with the Stars cast was revealed earlier this week. We do have a Bravo celebrity representing the Bravo world, our girl Phaedra Parks, who has really just been running the reality TV game these last couple years. She was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for a while. She is now returning after a 7-year break. She was on The Traitors, season 2. Then she was on Married to Medicine, also on Bravo. Then she was doing Traitors. Now she's on Dancing with the Stars. Girl is making that coin. Okay, I'm going to run through the list of this year's Dancing with the Stars cast. I don't typically watch this show. I watched it when Cody Rigsby was on it, the Peloton instructor, because I loved him, and it was that weird COVID season where, like, he had COVID, and he was partnered with Cheryl Burke, and they had to dance separately on video. Like, he had to do the dance by himself in his apartment, and then she had to do it separately. COVID times were weird, y'all. Like, there were some things that just should have been canceled. Like, let's put this on pause. Let's reconvene, like, once we're all able to get back to each other. Because that was really weird. I did watch when Ariana was on from Vanderpump Rules. So I've seen a couple here and there. But yeah, ABC announced new cast for season 33. That's insane. Okay, here's a list. Super Bowl champion Danny Amendola. So ABC wrote notorious ankle bracelet fashionista Anna Delvey, which really should say convicted con artist who is awaiting possible deportation, Anna Delvey. Joey from The Bachelor last season, NBA champion Dwight Howard, TV star Chandler Kenny, Olympic rugby player Alona Mar, woo woo, model and cover girl Brooks Nader. I think I said that name weird, sorry. Olympic gymnast, the pommel horse guy, Steven Nedrostik. Wow, I butchered that. Sorry, Steven. For as like many people who've butchered my last name growing up, sorry. Reality royalty, Phaedra Parks, movie star Eric Roberts, TV icon Tori Spelling. I might tune in just to watch her. And Phaedra, duh. And Alona. Actually, I probably will watch this season now. From this season of The Bachelorette that just wrapped, Jen Tran. And then sitcom and movie star actor Reginald Vell Johnson, who was Carl Winslow from Family Matters, is going to be on it. So yeah, I take it back. I will be watching this season. I loved him. Oh, Family Matters. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go watch Family Matters. It's a great 90s sitcom. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, so you've probably seen there have been some articles, some posts around Anna Delvey's casting. She, like I said, was a convicted con artist. She pretended to be a German, wow, I can't talk today, y'all. Pretended to be a German heiress, was like conned people into giving her their money to start this like big hotel. She just ended up taking the money and like using it for her lifestyle. She was convicted. She spent 2 years in prison, was released. Then she was taken into ICE custody because she was on a visa here. Her visa expired. So then she was put on home confinement while awaiting her ICE trial. And now she's a part of this TV show. And it's almost as if like ABC's kind of making light of it. So, I don't know. It's not great. Not a good casting choice. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It's cringy. Okay. New York Fashion Week is here, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things. Our Love Islanders were all out in New York for some events. There was Cordell, Kendall, Olivia, and Kaylor. They were at Paris Hilton's album release party. I don't know if y'all saw some videos of Kendall FaceTiming Serena with Meg Thee Stallion because Serena couldn't get there in time. I think she was stuck at the airport. But they all looked great. Olivia, she was in this like burgundy lace fitted dress. It looked so good. Kaylor was in like some leather skirt, black top getup. It looked awesome. Leah and Miguel were there together looking hot, y'all. Both of them are just gorgeous specimens. They were at a Poppy event. They've been popping up at other events. I just saw a thing on Leah's Instagram. She's wearing this tank. It says Material Girl, and she has a Dolce & Gabbana choker. It just looks so good. And then I saw Ashley Graham. She walked in a couple shows. She walked in a Gracie Lang show. She was wearing this black dress that had this like inline flowy bottom. It looked so cute. And then she was in this butter yellow silk dress that she wore to the Harper's Bazaar Icon party. Oh, I love Ashley Graham. I think she can do no wrong. Girl popped out 3 babies back to back and just is still killing it. Continues to kill it, is what I should say. Okay, but there was a little drama. So in an article from Yahoo News, an apparent tiff between Naomi Campbell and Anna Wintour from the 17th annual Harlem's Fashion Row Fashion Show and Style Awards made headlines. Wintour introduced Campbell on stage, saying she was presenting tonight to someone who was often late. Damn, girl. Anna Wintour ended up passing over the award proceedings to Harper's Bazaar current editor-in-chief Samir Nassar, and because Anna Wintour had to leave early to go to the U.S. Open, and so since Naomi Campbell wasn't there yet, Anna was like, well, you can do it, I gotta go, I'm not waiting, bye. After receiving the award, Naomi Campbell got there, she got her award, she addressed the crowd, and she appeared to throw shade at Wintour's remarks on her tardiness, saying, I want to say this. Everything is meant to work out the way it's going to work out. It wasn't my choice to have the other lady, meaning Anna Wintour. I would much rather have this, pointing to Samir, who ended up presenting the award to her. It's like, dang! Also, I guess if you're Naomi Campbell, just, like, do whatever you want. But also, I guess if also you're Anna Wintour, like, she also does whatever she wants. I want to see something like this unravel in Devil Wears Prada 2. I want there to be some shade thrown at some sort of award show like this. We're manifesting that. I think it would be funny if they included that. Okay, the Bachelorette finale was this week, and after the final rose showed or premiered or aired. I'm not a Bachelorette girly. I think I watched the first season of The Bachelor back in the day when I was in high school, but I don't really keep up with it as much. But I did see a lot of drama around what happened. Just sounds like a typical garbage fuckboy who wanted to get on the air to get famous. Because that's what a lot of these shows are now, which sucks. Like, even same thing with the housewife shows and just any sort of reality show. Nothing is really as good as all those shows in their first or second seasons. Because, especially back then, when reality TV isn't what it is today. I know there's been a lot of, like, challenge reality shows and, like, things like that, like Real World and all those things. But I guess we didn't have the social media component to go with it when those shows were going on. Now that we have the social media component with the reality TV, with people getting famous from all of that, a lot of these shows just aren't genuine anymore. Also, I talked about this, I want to say maybe even in my first episode that I did. The show Unreal, y'all need to watch it, which it's actually out on, it's on Netflix now. So go watch it if you have Netflix. It's called Unreal. But it's a scripted show about a Bachelor-esque type show, but it focuses on all the producers and how the show is created and morphed. And like each producer has a couple contestants that they're supposed to look after. But the producers want their contestants to make it to the end, so they're kind of manufacturing what's happening during the show. Go watch Unreal. You won't be disappointed. It's a couple seasons. I think it's a really, really good show. So all that to say, I don't watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette because I don't think a lot of it is real. I really hope they do find love. And I think there are one-off situations where they do find happiness and people are together. But now that I think they have The Bachelor in Paradise and like their other spin-offs, or they have people from previous Bachelor and Bachelorette seasons get recasted, I think it's just hard to like watch it. But also I guess people just watch it for the drama and the gossip. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch whatever upcoming one we have. Okay, so the finale aired this week. I guess, okay, so Jen Tran was a bachelorette. She chose this guy named Devin. She proposed to Devin at the finale. They were engaged for 2 months. She said things were good until they got back to the real world. He was barely calling, barely texting, checking in. They weren't hanging out. They were engaged for 2 months. Then he called it off. Said he needed space. He needed to find himself some bullshit. But broke it off like in a phone call. Like, no, dude, we did not just spend all this time together on a reality show. And your ass is breaking off our engagement over the phone? Lame. I guess at least he didn't do it over a text. That would have been really, really bad. Or like an IG Live. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if someone broke up with you over an IG Live? I'd be hella pissed. Yeah, he said he needed time to process things after coming off the show, but it's like, you're going on this show to find love. You know what's gonna happen. You've seen how, like, other Bachelor and Bachelorette stars or other reality stars get pushed into the limelight. So I think that was just obviously an excuse, right? Because then he started following a bunch of other girls on Instagram. He followed Maria from last season. I only know her because I listened to her Call Her Daddy episode. And she was actually supposed to be the Bachelorette this season instead of Jen, but Maria pulled out at the last minute, was like, I can't do this. So they gave it to Jen. Then he was like out partying in New York. So it just sounds really hella messy. Jen seemed to have dodged a bullet, though. And now she's on Dancing with the Stars. So now she gets to put all of her focus into that. Yeah, just annoying, you know? I don't know. Okay, let's talk about some new TV and movie news. Do y'all remember the whole... It was like a 50-part TikTok series that this lady posted on TikTok earlier this year saying, like, who the F did I marry? And she just went through all, like, just video after video after video of explaining all this shit that went down with her now ex-husband. Okay, well, that's being developed into a TV show, which I love that. That's awesome. So Natasha Rothwell, who starred in Insecure and White Lotus, she's actually going to be in all... She's been in all three, or like... She's been in season 1 and 2. She's going to be in season 3 of White Lotus. She is getting this movie developed. Or this TV show developed, sorry. She's going to be the executive producer. So here's a little bit about the series if you didn't follow all those videos. So in an article from Variety, it says, in the TikToks, which spans 50 separate videos, adding up to more than 8 hours in length. I did read another article that said 5 hours. Just know it was hella long because it was 50 TikTok videos. Johnson chronicles her relationship with her ex-husband, who she describes as a pathological liar. The series has garnered more than 450 million impressions across social media and earned Johnson more than 3 million followers in a 2-week period. Among the details that she shared, she said that her husband told her he played football for San Diego State University despite never attending the school. He asked for money for a funeral for his stepdaughter, who she later learned was still alive. And he had a social insurance number that didn't match the one on their marriage license, which I'm assuming is a social security number. I think that's what they were referring to. Johnson says he was also cheating on her. She referred to him in the videos as Legion, but they later found out his real name. He has since spoken publicly. He has denied all the claims. But yeah, that's gonna be a TV show. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so good. It's just like these are the early makings of it. There's no premiere date. We don't know where it's gonna be on yet. It sounds like Natasha just got the rights to make it. Like they just agreed, finalized everything, and they're gonna get ready to go. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. It sounds good. I found an article on Forbes that I'll share with y'all that breaks down like all the videos and it goes over everything that she talked about. So if you want to read that so you know more, I'll be posting that on the Instagram. Okay, I was really excited for this limited series to come out on Netflix. It's called The Perfect Couple. It stars Nicole Kidman, Liev Schreiber, Megan Fahey from The Bold Type. I loved The Bold Type. And she was also on White Lotus. But The Bold Type, if you haven't seen it, it's such a good show. It's on Freeform. It's like all about friendship in the workplace, your young 20s, navigating life. Oh, I miss that show. And Dakota Fanning. I don't know if I said that. I'm talking a lot. Okay. The Perfect Couple. So it premiered earlier this week. There's 6 episodes, limited series. There are some mixed reviews about it though. It got 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, which I know we just talked about, like standing ovation times don't equal how great something is. But Rotten Tomatoes is pretty reputable. So the show description on Rotten Tomatoes though, it says Amelia is about to marry into a wealthy family on Nantucket. They're like the wealthiest family in Nantucket. They have like this gorgeous beach house. From what I saw in the previews, like the wedding's supposed to happen there at the house. Someone gets murdered. So it says, until a shocking death derails the wedding and turns everyone into a suspect, which I love that. I love a crime thriller. I love a fictitious murder. I love a fake murder. Like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I'm trying not to read a lot of the reviews. I almost got on a Reddit thread about it, and I was like, okay, I need to stop, because otherwise they're going to ruin it for me. But I think like it's also based on a book, which is hard. Because if you're trying to put something into a really, really short time frame, like a 6-episode thing, you don't always have to do everything from the book. People always deviate, right? They always want to make the movie a little different. But I think there's still aspects that you should include. I don't know. I just heard it didn't like flow well. Same thing with Apples Never Fall, that series that came out with Allison Brie on Apple TV. That was also based on a book. You think it's like murder and like all these things is like kidnapping or something, and then like it's not. Sorry if I just ruined it for you guys. If you haven't watched it, it's just things like that. Like they set it up that it's gonna be like this really big. It's like Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber. Like hello. So it sucks that I got 54% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm gonna watch it this week. I'll recap it, or I'll give you my opinions in next week's episode. Ooh, there's a new documentary on Hulu that's coming out on the 17th. It's called Child Star. Demi Lovato is going to be producing it. I love documentaries, especially after like the Nickelodeon one came out, and just like learning more about what child stars go through, because like I grew up in the 90s, so I've seen how like stars were on TV shows, right? And then we're seeing them in their real life, like Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan, Hilary Duff's one of the one-offs that like just had a normal life. So this is going to be really good to watch. Okay, so this is an article from IndieWire. I guess the trailer starts with, is the price of fame worth your childhood? The haunting tagline of Demi Lovato's directorial debut, Child Star, asks what audiences have been forced to reconsider in 2024. With the onslaught of docuseries like Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, and Showbiz Kids that came out earlier this year, the 90s and early 2000s are being re-examined for how kid actors were both treated on set and exploited. holy moly. Right? Like all the Nickelodeon shows, all the Disney Channel shows, there were so many children, right? Like Barney, all the, like Mickey Mouse Club, just being funneled through these things for entertainment at what cost? So it says Lovato, whose own career began with Barney and Friends at age 6, interviews fellow stars such as Drew Barrymore, Christina Ricci, Kenan Thompson, Raven Simone, JoJo Siwa, and Allison Stoner for the feature. Lovato became a Disney icon with Sunny with a Chance and Camp Rock. Her later struggles with drugs and mental health issues were captured in her 2021 documentary, Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil. Now Lovato is behind the camera with Child Star, which she co-directs with Nicola Marsh. The film explores the highs and lows of growing up in the spotlight through the lens of some of the most famous former child stars. Lovato reflects on the pressure she felt providing for her family at a young age. That's also true, right? Like, you are the one making the money for your family. You're providing. I think Keke Palmer's talked about this too. You become this big child star. You're making all this money. And now you're the breadwinner for your family. Like, what are those dynamics like? Lovato says, at Disney, you become this instant role model, whether you like it or not. And because Disney Channel was so big at the time, there was also this unspoken pressure that if you did make a mistake, you knew that there were millions of people just waiting to take your spot. I think I passed the threshold of what I could withstand emotionally and physically, and I didn't realize that child stardom could be traumatic. She says, it might not be traumatic for everyone, but at least like it was for me. Co-director Marsh added that Hulu allowed the documentary to include blunt conversations on screen. They were like, yeah, go for it. Like, lean into it, because if you try to avoid it, it could look worse. And it's not an expose, but it is quite blunt about what they went through. She says it's a credit to Hulu that they didn't get cold feet. She said, or maybe they did, but they didn't tell us. Child Star premieres September 17th on Hulu. We'll definitely be checking that one out. It just really like makes you rethink everything that they went through. It's a lot. It's sad. I'm happy that she's doing this documentary though. I think that will help in her continued healing journey and understanding the things that she went through. I think this is all a part of it, right? Having these conversations with others, putting their experiences out there so we can understand it better, I think is really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I swear I got a lot of sleep last night, y'all. I don't know why I can't talk today. Okay. I totally forgot that Selling Sunset was coming out on Friday. Also, I was so focused on the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and just like everything else going on. I totally forgot. So I've only watched one episode. But y'all, these outfits, again, like they just keep getting crazier and crazier and crazier on this show. And I get it. Like, you should be able to wear whatever you want. Yes. But it's like, change it up a little bit while we're at work. There's a new girl who comes in and she's dressed like just jeans, a top, and like a light jacket. And you're like, oh, that's not the vibe here. I don't know. It just makes me laugh. I feel like their outfits always get so much attention that it either goes one way, like, oh, maybe we should tone it down a little bit. Psych! We're gonna keep wearing leather to work, y'all. Like, I don't want you to be dressed like the Matrix for a house showing. You know, I don't know. But it's also LA, and I don't know anything about all of that stuff. Looks like there's lots of drama. Looks like they got a new office. I guess that was the office they were working on last season. That's supposed to have, like, a pool table and, like, all these arcade things. And, like, I don't know. I guess that's still happening. I don't know. Yeah, new wardrobes, lots of drama. I hope they sell some houses this season. Meh. We get a cameo from Michelle Lawley from The Valley, who's a real estate agent. So that's cool. But yeah, I'll watch more of it. I'll talk more about it in next episode. But I totally forgot until I saw someone post like, oh my goodness, I'm starting Selling Sunset this weekend. I was like, stop. I totally forgot about it. But yeah, more drama. Maybe they sell some houses. I really hope so. Okay, like I said, I watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I watched it all weekend. I'm going to recap it in a separate episode because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on it. And I'm still trying to organize how I want to recap it. I don't want to go episode by episode, but I do want to talk about like major themes from it. Overall, I thought it was like a good reality show that we get. Some of them do all look alike. It took a couple episodes to like figure out who was who for some of them. Once I did, I watched episode 1 Friday night with a friend, and then we were like, meh. Then I went back and I was like, sorry. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like watch a couple more episodes. I'm gonna see what it's like. Watched it all yesterday. Watched the rest of it. So, yeah, if you can get past at least, like, episode 2, maybe 3, then, like, there's some drama. I hope they do a second season. I think it was like JV Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but I feel like they gave a lot more about their Mormon life and navigating their Mormon religion than we get from the Salt Lake City Housewives. If that sounds interesting to you, you should check it out. It's on Hulu. There's 8 episodes. They go by really hella quickly. Okay, that is all for the pop culture recap this week. So let's get into our Bravo breakdown. This Bravo breakdown's gonna be pretty quick. I know there's lots of things that go on in the Bravo universe. Again, I just picked a couple things that I wanted to chat about this week. So we're going to start with Jax's post this week coming out about what he has learned about himself and what he was diagnosed with. It probably seems like that happened many moons ago. I know. It was almost a week ago that he announced it. If you don't know Jax Taylor, he is from Vanderpump Rules, and now The Valley. So he posted this on his Instagram earlier this week. A little over a month ago, I checked into an intensive inpatient treatment facility, scared of the unknown and what I would find out about myself. After many years of knowing something was wrong, but not knowing exactly what it was, I recently learned that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD. It's been a lot to process and an emotional time for me. However, I've come home to my son with a newfound sense of peace. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared for the future, but my focus is just trying to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. Mental health is a lifelong battle of not letting it control you, but rather you learning to control it. Thank you to everyone who has reached out in support and who also share their own personal struggles with me. Your messages have helped me more than you know. So Jax was in a mental health facility for about a month. He was married. They're getting divorced to Brittany Cartwright. We met her on Vanderpump Rules. They got together. They got married. Have a kid. Now both star in the new show The Valley, which gonna be an explosive season 2 with everything that's been going on with them. Jax has done a lot. He's lived a lot. He hasn't been the best friend, boyfriend, husband, employee, just like all around person. I think everyone can change. Unless you're like a serial killer, then maybe not. yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope he gets better. Whatever he needs and does. But I don't know if it's changing because we saw another Valley cast member, Zach, post on Instagram like, is it possible to be a worse human being than you were after coming out of a mental health facility? We all knew he was talking about Jax. The whole Valley cast is on a trip to Maui, which we're going to talk about in a second. Except Jax, he stayed behind. I don't know what's going on. I wish him well. Actions speak louder than words, though. So, change your behavior. Change what you do. You can't keep saying the same thing over and over and then nothing comes from it, right? So, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see what happens in his life. I hope he continues to understand who he is and how to just be a good dad for his son. Like, that's the thing. At the end of the day, you brought another life into this world. Help to be the best person that you can be for him so that he can go on to have a great life. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we have baby news. Well, we already knew she was pregnant, but now we know what she's having. So Candace, who was on The Real Housewives of Potomac, she has my favorite Housewives song. So if you know the Housewives, every now and then one of them wants to tap into their musical side. And they release songs. So like Melissa Gorga had some songs. Countess Luann, our girl, she now just has a full-on cabaret career. But Candace has a song called Drive Back. She released like an album, actually, so I'll give her more credit. She released like a whole thing. Drive Back, though, is a bop. I love that song so much. Go listen to it on Spotify or YouTube or anywhere. Candace Dillard, Drive Back. It's so good. Anywho, she announced that they're having a boy. So in an article from Us Weekly, it says the pregnant Bravo star reveals exclusively in the newest issue of Us Weekly that her and her husband Chris Bassett are expecting a baby boy. She said, I started to feel a masculine energy. I just couldn't deny this feeling of a sweet little boy growing inside of me. So they're doing this gender reveal thing where her and her husband are like both sitting on the floor. They're on a photo backdrop. They're both blindfolded. They're wearing white shirts. They get paint on their hands or like touching like a paint plate. And then they like are touching each other, but they're blindfolded. I'd be so pissed if you got any of that on my face. But so they're like touching each other. Getting all the paint on them. And then they take off their blindfolds and they see that they have blue paint. Like they're covered in blue paint. Dillard Bassett says she tells Us Weekly that she's having a fun time decorating her son's whimsical Alice in Wonderland inspired nursery, which is a wild theme for a nursery. Like, I think it could be very cute, obviously. But just like imagine like the babies like, they can only see like black and white and like gray when they're first born, right? So like as their sight's developing, they're seeing all these like crazy like rabbits or like the Cheshire cat or whatever. I think a monochromatic Alice in Wonderland nursery would look really cute. But I could just see the baby being like, ah, like if it's like really cartoon like. Anyways. She says, this pregnancy is the most magical and indescribable experience. She says, I think I'm actually going to miss it, but I also can't wait to meet him and stare at him all day. She's having some awesome food cravings. Olive Garden spaghetti with meat sauce, Applejack cereal, and watermelon. She has gone through some stretches also where she just wanted smash burgers. Hell yeah. Smash burgers. So good. She documented her IVF journey on her last season of the Real Housewives of Potomac, and then she announced in April that she was pregnant with her first child. Hasn't given us the exact due date, rightfully so. We don't need to be all up in your business like that, right? Just kidding, tell us. But she did say that she was going to have a fall baby. So, which is also like really, really cute. I hope the baby comes before the holidays so then she could like dress him up in really cute little like baby holiday outfits. Like a little turkey or something. Oh, a baby Santa. Oh my goodness. I would love that. Or like a little Christmas angel. Anyways, congratulations to Candace and her husband Chris and their family. That's super exciting. We were all pretty much traumatized by Tamra Judge this past week. Tamra's on the Real Housewives of Orange County. Not only are we traumatized by her behavior on this season of Real Housewives of Orange County, we're also traumatized by her face. And she got these insane facial treatments done. I'm not going to share pictures with you because they're horrible. I hope she comes out looking like a baby. Like a 6-month-old baby, right? Because not all babies are really cute when they're born. But like once they're like develop and full, like I just hope she has like a smooth, full baby face, because the shit that she went through and the shit she's been putting us through, what these pictures that she showed on the internet has been horrible. So she got a CO2 laser treatment, a brow lift, and a blue chemical peel done all at once, which just sounds like a lot to do all at once. I don't know anything about facial stuff. Esthetician wise, I haven't gotten a facial in a minute. Anyways, it was just so much. At one point, her face, well, like in the beginning, I think one of the first pictures she showed us, her face was green. And it just reminded me of that green face emoji where it's like the barf one where like you're super sick. Like her whole entire face was green, y'all. Disgusting. And then it started like peeling, and then it was like red and blotchy, and like she's just been giving us updates about her face, and holy fuck, it's horrible. I know she's prepping for the reunion. I can't wait to see what her face is gonna look like. Her brow lift, though, I'm so scared about what that's gonna look like. We've seen some Bravo celebrities get some really crazy brow lifts, and yeah, I'm just ready for everything to settle. It was a lot. She put her face through a lot. There's also a lot of drama going on with Tamra, her co-star Vicky, surrounding Tamra's relationship with one of her daughters who she doesn't speak to, which is just a lot going on. I'm not going to get into it. It's really, really sad. I hate when, like, there's ruined relationships with the children and things that are continued to be brought up on camera and then brought up on social media. Like, none of this is going to help your relationship with your child. I don't know. It just really sucks. So we're going to talk about her face instead. But yeah, it's wild. You could totally just Google, like, Tamra Judge face, and I'm sure you will get tons of scary pictures of it. Okay, we have some wild breakup news that, in quotes, nobody saw coming. Okay, so Real Housewives of Miami, they need to be filming stat now that this has come out. So one of the OG Real Housewives of Miami girls, Lisa, she was married to Lenny, who's a plastic surgeon. They were married for a long time. They have 2 kids together. They got divorced, or they're in the process of getting divorced. He left her for another woman, younger girl. A tale as old as time, y'all. An old guy with a young girl. There's lots of drama surrounding that. Go watch the last 2 seasons of Real Housewives of Miami. They are on Peacock. I think you can also see them on Bravo, though. Now, they originally, though, do have like a contract with Peacock, and that's what they have been streaming on. Messy ass split, messy divorce. It's still going on. Lenny got engaged to the girl that he left Lisa for last year. And, like, didn't last. A year later, they're getting divorced. So, in an article from Page 6, Lenny Hochstein and fiancée Katrina Mapeza end engagement 1 year after proposal. Dr. Lenny Hochstein and his fiancée have called it quits. Page 6 can exclusively reveal. We recently ended our engagement, Hochstein 58 tells us on Wednesday. I have decided to move forward with my life. Good choice, Lenny. Despite the split, the Miami-based plastic surgeon wishes the Austrian model nothing but the best. I have nothing but love and admiration for Katrina and her family, adding that he is proud of her growth as a woman. Is that quote weird to anybody else, or is it just me? Proud of her growth as a woman? That's like some PR bullshit, right? Hochstein makes sure to note that he will be forever grateful for the time they spent together. His ex-fiancée echoes the same sentiments. They've mutually decided to end their engagement last month, and it was done amicably. Oh my goodness, words are hard. There were some Instagram stories that came out, though, a couple days ago of his ex-fiancée with some guy, and the pictures, they're on a boat, and then the picture says, you jump, I jump. And then it was like, what's happening? Then it came out that they were splitting up. So people were like, what's going on? Yeah, cool. I can't wait. I hope they, like, throw a big-ass celebration for Lisa. Or, like, take her out somewhere to do something. Because Lenny has put Lisa through the ringer through all this split and everything and their kids. And, oh, it's just been so horrible. So, surprised but not surprised. Okay, happy news. Kristen Doty, our mariposa from Vanderpump Rules, is engaged. I'm so excited for her. She's Vanderpump Rules, OG, on the Valley as well with Jax and Brittany. They're all on a cast trip to Maui, like I mentioned earlier, except Jax. This cast trip looked fun. Like, there's a lot of people on it. So, like, Zach brought someone. I think it's his boyfriend. Jasmine brought her girlfriend. Kristen Luke, Danny Nia. Michelle's there with her ex-husband Jesse and her new boyfriend. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name. Michael? I have no idea what her new boyfriend's name is. Oh my goodness, it went blank. I had it in my head though. Like everyone on the cast is there except Jax, like I said. But she got engaged. Kristen and Luke have been together for 2 years. Now, Kristen doesn't have the best track record on reality TV. She's been through a lot of shitty relationships. She has done some really shitty things. But I think there's been growth there. Which is why I was like, for Jax, like, just like actions speak louder than words, right? Show us that you've changed. Like, continuously show us that you are a changed person now. Anywho, back to Kristen. She was on a boat with their co-stars Danny and Nia, and so we got some pictures of him proposing on the boat. She looks completely shocked about it, completely surprised, so that just makes me feel even, like, more genuinely happy for her. Yeah, Kristen dated Tom Sandoval on and off. In the beginning of Vanderpump Rules, they were together. Total shit show of a relationship. Kristen slept with Jax, which was, she was best friends with Stassi at the time. I'm like, none of this makes sense. I'm sorry. But, yeah, her and Jax slept together. That was really messy. She's, like, dated some other really not great people, had no luck in love. Now she just meets, like, this normal guy, Luke, and dates him, and now they're engaged. So I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy to see it all come out on the Valley. I think it's going to be awesome. Speaking of Vanderpumpy news, Lala Kent gave birth to her second child. She announced it on Instagram that she gave birth to her second daughter on September 3rd. She decided to have this baby completely on her own. She documented that on this latest season of Vanderpump Rules. She decided to use intrauterine insemination, IUI, to conceive the second baby. So she chose her sperm donor and then was like inseminated with the sperm. We don't know the baby's name yet. We know it starts with an S, but another Virgo baby. Congratulations to Lala. All right, one last thing for our Bravo breakdown. We are getting a spin-off of Vanderpump Rules, and we're getting season 12 with the OG cast. I love it. It is the perfect scenario. Regardless of how this next season of Vanderpump's going to go, if it's going to be the last one. I'm glad this past one wasn't the last one, even with how they ended Vanderpump that season of like their almost like flashback montage that they did. So I'm happy we're getting another season with them. But I'm really happy that we're getting a spin-off with some newbies, with some fresh blood. Okay, so in a article from Reality Blurb, it says, a Vanderpump Rules spin-off is currently in production at Lisa Vanderpump's West Hollywood, California hotspot, Sir Restaurant. Following rumors of a potential reboot of the long-running Bravo reality TV series, a source has confirmed that while a new cast will be featured in the potential project, the original members of Pump Rules will return for the 12th season of the main show. TMZ shared the news with its readers on September 6, noting that the new group who all work at the restaurant has been filming at SUR for a couple weeks now. None of them are from the original Pump Rules group, so a whole new group of friends. Which is perfect, as it should be. A reason why I think Vanderpump Rules worked so well in the beginning was that they were friends first, and then it was a show around their friendship, and then it evolved and grew into more, you know? So to have like all these people work together, have friendships, I hope it is just as messy and trashy as our original Vanderpump Rules was. No date for any premieres. They are just filming. Oh, season 12 of Vanderpump Rules will start filming this fall. Maybe we'll get a summer premiere then for both. That would be awesome. I do wonder if they would have them compete at the same time though. Maybe they'll start with Vanderpump Rules season 12. Maybe mid-season they'll push out the new show. I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, I'm excited about it. I love it. I love how they're handling that because they're recognizing we need a new group of Vanderpumpies. But, like, we're not ready. Well, we need to, like, have a full wrap-up with the OG group first. Alrighty, y'all. That's our Bravo breakdown for the week. I hope you liked it. But yeah, that's going to be all of the garbage talk for now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I missed y'all. I missed podcasting. It felt like I hadn't done it for a while, and it had literally been like 6 days. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, follow it on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. We're on Instagram, TikTok, X, all the things. Like I said, I'm going to be putting out a whole separate episode for my thoughts on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and then I'll put out our my Bravo TV recaps tomorrow also. I keep saying our, and like one of my friends was like, oh my goodness, like you doing a podcast with somebody else, and I was like, oh, no, it's just me and like my personalities. I say our because it's like a collective effort to get this done. Anywho, thank you again for listening. I'll be putting out new episodes tomorrow. Listen to those too. I appreciate it. Until next time.